Howdy, howdy, everybody out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to the Card Dungeon. So today we're gonna have to take our unalived. Yeah, we're still here. We're still doing fine. But for the last 3 days, every time I go to do a live, it keeps canceling out on me and cutting me out. So I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe it's an internet problem. I'm not sure. Either way, we're gonna bring it in to here to finish off what we were talking about. We did the Sponge Sorcery live. Absolutely excited about that. Then we were talking about artist playing cards being at 18,000 and a little bit over 2 days to go. We are right on trend. As long as we can continue to do $1,000 a day, Andrew Captain is going to be a successful Kickstarter campaign person. Either way, super exciting to hear that and to see that. But then we were talking about Doug Kahn, because Doug Kahn is doing Magic Camp, and if you're watching me and not watching him, there's a problem. So go check him out. It's absolutely amazing. He just did day one. Tomorrow, again, we're going to be doing it at 1 o'clock. I believe it's Central Time. He's from New Orleans. So it's 1 o'clock his time, 2 o'clock my time, 10:30 someplace else in the world, according to the person that was on the stream today. So either way, go check it out. I do want to do a nice little card trick for you today, just because. We'll see how it goes, okay? We're going to see how it goes. Just start off with a nice little shuffle. Then all we got to do is just pick a card for you right there, and that card is going to be, what is that? The 10 of Diamonds. The 10 of Diamonds. I'm going to take the 10 of Diamonds, lose it somewhere in the middle of the pack. Now, I could find your card as a magician, but I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that. I'm actually going to have some helpers here. And, you know, I'm a big fan of the queens. You know, I like to follow the queen. You can pretty much take that however you like, but that's what we're doing here today. Queen number 1 goes on top. Queen number 2, that's going to go on the bottom. Okay, and then as quick as that, one card and one card. No, we didn't quite find it. We did not quite find it. Let's try that one more time. There we go. One card and one card only in between those cards, and that card is the 10 of Diamonds. Very good. But that's not all. No, we're going to try to do it one more time, but this time, instead of bringing your card out, we're actually going to take the queens into the deck. Yeah, into the deck. They're going to go just like something like this. Couple of cuts and a snap. You notice how I was staring up here. I wasn't even looking down here. That's because the queens, the queens are going to be the ones who find your 10 of Diamonds. Very nice. However, we're not done. No, we are not done. See this? Yeah. That 10 of Diamonds is actually the only one. That's the only blue card in the deck. Well, it's actually purple, rather. As you can see, all the other cards are, in fact, different. And that is Chameleon Sandwich by Mr. Doug Kahn. Absolutely wonderful. Only card in the deck. These are my 2 playing cards. If anybody is interested in making this a reality, just as we are trying to do on Kickstarter with Andrew Captain, if anybody is interested in these, let me know. We're working on them. Eventually we may take them to market. For now, I'm just kind of playing around with them. This is my coin version, and this is my magician version. It might look familiar, but trust me, well, actually, as you can see, it says JK on there, which is kind of interesting for a couple of different reasons, and I'm not sure what the implications were there, but I'm actually, this particular version was actually designed by somebody else as a collaboration, and it's still happening, and I call it the geometry version because it's got the triangle And as you can see, there's 2 circles there because that's a ring for ring magic and a wand because this is a magician's version. And what I absolutely love about it is that I haven't really ever seen anybody do a speckle, and I can't really get it to show up. You can kind of see it there. There you go. It's kind of like this speckled pattern on there. Absolutely gorgeous. There's a couple of things that I might be changing about it. Who knows? We're still working on it, but this was Chameleon Sandwich by Mr. Doug Kahn, and I hope you enjoyed. Anyway, so there's a little bit of magic there for you. So we did the sponge sorcery on the live, and then we just did a nice little card trick for you. I have a card trick myself that I think I created it. I'm not really sure. Not sure if I have it set up in any of these decks. Some Nox playing cards. Oh, I might have it actually set up in the Memento Moris here because I was carrying those recently. Nope. Usually I have it ready in one of the decks. I just figured it'd be nice to show you guys if for you guys watching. Nope. Interesting. I usually have it ready. That's okay. That is okay. Maybe it's this one? Nope. Not ready. Not ready in any of those decks, but that's okay. We're going to do something a little bit different. We just did a card trick. We did some sponge magic for you. Why don't we get set up? Because we're trying to do some performance-based stuff for you today. We were using our cups earlier here, so let's see if we can use our cups now. That. And we're going to try to get this all prepared for you today for some cup and ball magic. Now, Doug Kahn was talking about some cups and balls today. Those are beautiful. Coffee cups and beans from Volpine Creations. I'm thinking I might need some of those in my life. Anyway, the first one, I want you to keep your eye on the ball. Just keep your eye on the ball, and it will... Look at that. It's over here. Nope, just kidding. Here it is. It's underneath the cup. See that? Very nice. The second one we're going to do very magically. We're going to wave the wand, and it's just going to disappear into my pocket, but it's going to reappear underneath the cup. Interestingly enough, you take this ball. This one is the most mysterious of all, because if you pass the wand through the hand and you give it a little bit of a twirl, it will actually disappear and reappear underneath the cup. Now you take this ball, because you really don't need it, you put it right in your pocket. Now you can pick any cup of your choosing, and you will actually find that there is a ball under each of the cups. Beautiful. And there is the first part of my cup and ball routine. Nothing fancy here. This would be... I'm not even sure if I learned it. I think I learned it from somebody. But I think what happened was I kind of just developed it out of the stuff that I watched. But I don't think that's true. But I just don't have the knowledge on hand to tell you exactly where I got that thought from. It's not mine. I'm not saying that I own that or that I created it. I'm just saying that's the one that that's one of the things that I do as an idea to start going. And then I take this idea and I do the same effect, but I add a second layer to it. So it has a layered effect to it for a production purpose. So that's that. But anyway, some cup and ball. Now what I love about this trick is that the reset for it is actually quite interesting, because reset. That's it. But of course we don't need to necessarily do that, because we're going to put these over here because we're all done with that. Very nice. Let's do some coin stuff, shall we? Let's see. We got some coins in my pouch here. We're going to need... Yeah, here we go. Let's see. We got 4 coins here. You got 4 coins here. Let's take these 4 coins. Let's make sure we can find ourselves on the camera, because we don't want to be off screen for this. We want you guys to really see what we're doing. Okay. Centered up. Very good. We got 4 coins. 4 coins. I'm not even sure really what's going to happen here. It looks like we got a coin over there. So now we got the 3 coins left. And there we go. Look at that. Okay, so let's try this again, shall we? Yeah, we're gonna go here. We're gonna go here, here, here. Now we've got the coins up top. I'm not really sure if I'm liking that a whole lot. I don't think I like the coins up there. Something doesn't quite seem right. We've got 1 coin left here. We got these coins over here. So I think if we actually do something like this, you're gonna see that all 4 coins are now back there like that. That was actually the sloppiest I've ever done that for some reason. But the coins just kind of move around, and that's what's a lot of fun about that. Very nice. Very nice indeed. So there's some coin magic for you. So we did coins. We didn't necessarily do the sponge ball magic, but here, let's do some sponge ball magic for you. Do I have them in I still have my pockets here. Here we go. Some sponge ball magic. We're going to count to 10. Count to 10 with me, will ya? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not sure if that's quite right. Let me try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know. Not really sure what's happening there. I think the ball... I got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Seems legit to me. So let's talk about some SpongeBall stuff here, because I really think that I love SpongeBall magic, and now that I finally got into it, I want to show you something very interesting. Sponge goes into the hand. The sponge that's on the table, okay? So we have the sponge here, and if we just roll it like this, we can actually cut it in half with our fingers to make two sponge balls. Very simple procedure. It actually is 2 moves, I guess, is what you would call it. So you got 2 sponges here on the table, 1 into the hand, okay? Nice and neat there. I'm gonna go grab this one on the table. Now you've got 2 sponges in the hand here, none in the hand here, and you're just rolling through like that. This is an absolutely gorgeous move with sponges that you can kind of do anywhere. You can do this move in your hand. That's something that I do, and I just kind of create 2 of them to give the illusion that I'm actually pulling it apart, so I like that. But yeah, let's just talk about something very simple, and that's the retention here. That's the first thing that you're going to learn from almost any SpongeBall thing, is keeping it in your hand. And you do the same thing with coins, just a little bit differently as it comes down into the hand here. See that I've retained it there, because that angling was very bad. So if I grab it out of the air like this, it's so tiny, but if I throw it up in the air, you'll actually see that it made its way over there. But yeah, that's just a simple retention, which is basically capturing the light. Boom, gone. Same thing you're doing here. You're just creating that after image. Be careful of the down low area right here. You don't want to flash there, so you want to keep your hand turned to the back, which is going to let you roll this into your hand and into a finger palm. Big move for you here. We're really trying to help you guys out. If you guys are getting into SpongeBall magic, and if you're watching the videos, this is why I'm not afraid to give away magic secrets, because nobody's watching my videos. And if you are watching right now, you are my hero. So thank you so much for that. Anyway, Sponge ball goes into the hand, that's fine. Now we're doing a nice little grab move here, and you can see that it's like this, but if you're moving this around and you got the one in your hand and you're squeezing it, they might not even know. Now you're over here and you're like, I can make it jump from here to here. But you probably don't want to necessarily do it like that, because this move is more of like a sawing move to make two appear out of one. So the only reason why you'd want to do that is if you got one hidden in your hand, and then you come over here and you're like, okay, I've got one here. See, it just doesn't really make sense why there's two. The reason why it would make sense is if you were to do, well, I guess maybe the retention like we were doing, grabbing the one from the table and then making it vanish and appear here. But that, again, that doesn't really make sense to me. What really would make sense to me is if this one is hidden, and you're doing something like this where you make it disappear and it's gone from the world forever. But if you take this sponge over here, and let's see if we can actually make this sponge disappear as well into the hand, and now it's gone. But if we were to shake our hand a little bit, we might actually be able to get that one sponge to look like two sponges. Maybe, I don't know. Let me know what you think. The other idea that I would have is that if you have one hidden in your hand and you're doing a simple disappearing act, or what I like to do is I do that move. And what's really beautiful about this move is the idea here is that one of the sponges is hidden, the other sponge is going into that hand. But I say, oh, I may have done that pretty quick, so let's make it look a little bit better. Okay, because the idea here is that I want you to think, because you see how I do that roll back like that? I want you to think that that's what I did, because that's what I do. I want it to look the same way, but I want it to look suspicious, because now when I do the move and I tap, 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 if they say, oh, it's in your other hand because you tried to trick me, I could do whatever I want. I can say, no, haven't you been paying attention? It's still in this hand. Or I can say, you're absolutely right. I made it jump over to this hand. I can do whatever I want. I have complete control over that moment because I have two of them. So, very beautiful moment. We're doing some magic theory here, talking about sponge sorcery again. But it's the idea of creating that control, which is very nice, because into the hand it goes. Very nice. Where is it now? Has it jumped to this hand, or is it still in this hand? Still in this hand. Okay, great. Now, I've actually been able to do this because I have two sponge balls. Now, even if they, he already had a sponge ball in the other hand. Great, but you didn't know that until after I did it. Prove me wrong. Either way, you have two sponge balls. Great. Works out pretty good. If you have one sponge ball and you just want it to disappear, and it's gone. Not over here, not over here, but if you look very closely, you'll actually see that it is here. I don't know. You could do that as well. You could have the sponge ball in your mouth. Oh. 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 I meant to grab an orange one. Just things to play around with. You have so much opportunity to just make it your own thing. Just have a good time. Especially getting better at the idea. Starting with a sponge in either the finger palm, or I actually attempt to classic palm the sponge, which can be done. The only problem is that with that pressure added to it, you're eventually going to roll out of it. And you have to go really tight into it in order to keep a nice grip on it. But I feel like it works slightly, especially you don't want to flash it like this. But if you keep your hand, the idea is that you're just doing a very quick motion. Um, but the finger palm is going to do you well because keeping it in the finger palm because it's compressible, which means that you can almost make it look like there's nothing in your hand. But then when you're going to do that rolling pickup, it's going to look so clean. And you can even turn this over and just pop it apart. Sponges are so amazing. I absolutely love them. I'm not sure how well they would work street performing. I know you could do it. But the idea with them is that they really work well with close-up and sponge bunnies. I hear a lot of people love the sponge bunnies, and I think they're great. I love them. But I got the fruit. That's what I got. I have some oranges. So that's what I use. But either way, there's some SpongeBob magic for you. We did talk about cards. See if I just put together something real quick for you here. There's that. I don't know. Kind of just putting together something real quick for you. See if you like this. A little bit of magic for you. Yeah, this would be my live. We're just kind of hanging out, but unfortunately my live wasn't actually working, so we get to do this. There's that, there's that, there's that, there's this, there's these, there's this, these. So you actually get to see how I build this trick. I've talked about it on the channel before, and it's fine. I don't mind giving away the secrets to this, just because it's something I put together. So if somebody else has already done it, just let me know. We're basically just creating a stack here. Okay, so I think that is about it. That's how quick it takes too. The idea is this is a 4-of-a-kind production. So we just slowly go down through the cards, and we can afford to go slowly because we just need the bottom card. Because everybody loves the aces. If you could see it, that's the Ace of Spades. So Ace of Spades there for you. We're going to get out our trusty cups. These are our miniature cups and balls. This is what we like to use for our cups here. So of course, yeah. So we have our ace right there. Very good. Very good. We're going to give the deck a simple cut. That's all it takes, a simple cut. No snaps, no magic gestures, because we actually have somebody here from the Union. Yeah, he's going to help us out. He's going to unionize this 4-of-a-kind. I don't know, I'm just kind of messing around with the pattern. So he's going to help us find it, or she. The 6 is going to help us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So there's 2 cards up there, which is probably a pair, right? Yeah. So if we've got a pair up there, that means we need 1 more pair here. And we've only got 5 cards here. And this is going to be our 6th card back into the pile because we took 1 out. Now all we got to do is we just got to rub this on our arm. Yeah, we just rub it on our arm, and it actually turns into the 7. So the 6 becomes the 7. I know you were expecting an ace, but I definitely prefer the 7. So there's a pair of 7s there for you. And of course, if that's 2 7s over there, then there's 2 7s here. Now, boom, you've just done a 4-of-a-kind production with a switch out. This is good by itself. I love it. I think this is great. There's something here that I can present this, and it's good. But I take it a step further. Yeah, I take it a step further. So how I do that is very carefully. Maybe you can do like a little spreading out of the cards. However you want to do it. But you got to get something really knacky here, and I might need to work on the handling for this. But then you give the cards a nice little shuffle. And that was not very good at all, and I think I might have just mixed it up. But let's see if I actually did. So the idea here, if I actually mix it up, is we'll see. We'll see if I actually mix it up, because since I got my 7s, I don't really care about the rest of it. But you guys really love the aces, so you know what? Let's see if we found them there. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3 aces and a jack, because I did in fact mess up. It can happen. It can happen to the best of us. Now, the question is, because I'm not just... Let's see if we can find the other ace was down there like that. But that's okay. Jack can go back in here. We're going to keep going because that's what we do. So now you've got the 4 aces here displayed down the center. Like that. Can't really see it on there. So let's push them. Yeah, let's pull them back here like this. Great. 4 aces there. Let's pretend that's where we're at. But we push that forward because we're going to need some space here. We're going to create 4 piles because this is a 4 of a kind production. We've already produced... Yeah, we've already produced 2 4 of a kinds. Let's see if we can do another one. This time we're going to do the Holy Trinity count, which is basically you count 3 cards down and then you count 3 cards over. And you're just working your way here. Just like so. And what that does is it actually creates a once in a blue moon effect. Once in a blue moon. That means it happens at least once a month. The idea here is that we've created this moment that couldn't possibly have happened except for with you here, because that effect could be done in the spectator's hand. This is what I love about ending it this way, because the spectator could have clearly seen all of this happen and then taken into their hand the power. And having all these piles and counted out all these 3s and found all 4 10s all on their own. Beautiful, beautiful moment there. Absolutely love this. The only part that I have a problem with is because I would love to simplify it to the point where I can do it without that wonkiness in the middle. I probably could if I got a little bit better at doing that wonkiness. Because there could be a way to do it easier and a way to do it a little bit more slight heavy. But I love the effect of this. I love the idea of just building towards, boom, my favorite 3 of a kind, and then this could be the 4 aces that everybody else loves, and then this 4 of a kind could be a random 4 of a kind, maybe tying into something that already happened earlier in the routine. Either way, it's absolutely gorgeous. Once you've got all of these out, because you could have these ready. Nothing that says you can't have these ready. Nothing that says you can't have them stacked. You keep whatever 4 of a kinds you want out, and then you can find 4 of a kinds. Or it didn't take that long to just set it up. Who knows? So we're gonna go through this real quick, and then we're gonna call it good for today. Basically, how this works. I cough. We need 13 cards because, it's a magic card. Here's the idea. You have 3 4 of a kinds. I've got my 7s because those are my favorites. I've got the aces because that's the traditional 4 of a kind. And then I have a random 4 of a kind that I've elected to do with the 10s because on my phone, if you look at my phone, I have a face down card. And if you put a little Z power in there, you'll see that there is a face-up card now, and that face-up card is the 10 of diamonds. Okay. So that means that I could force the 10 of diamonds, and then allow, later on, now let's go back to the card that you picked earlier that was actually on my phone. Boom, 10 of diamonds with the other 3 10s or something. But now here we go. You don't need the cups. That's just what I like to do for display purposes when I'm on camera. And then you've got the 6 because the 6 is your indicator card because this is an indicator card trick. Here's how I like to stack it. Ace down first on the bottom. Then you need your 2 red 7s. Doesn't matter the order. next to that. Now you need your 3 aces on top of that, and your 2 black 7s on top of that. And then you take your 6 face up, and then you take your 4 10s face down, rest of the deck right on top. Done deal. Done deal. You are all set. The only thing you need to worry about is if you don't want to flash all these 4s at the bottom, or the 4 of a kinds. But really that 6 is the only thing you need to worry about, especially if you want to do a false cut or something like that. The reason why you got to be careful is because that card is backwards, which sometimes when you go to do a cut, it will actually grab the 6 because it is backwards, and so it's bent the other way. Sometimes you got to, depending on the deck that you have. This deck's not too bad. If you do a spread, you don't want to do a full spread. You just want to do like a half spread, so you're not exposing the bottom of the packet. If you do a fan, you got to be careful because you could expose here, because when you do a fan, you're doing this. You could expose the bottom because that's the first thing they're going to see. So you might not want to do that, and especially if you over fan it, then they're going to see the back of that card. So I would almost stay away from the fan unless you want to do, again, a forward fan or a forward spread. That's all I would do, because you're not really having them select it, but you do want them to see that the cards are mixed. But you can kind of block that up there, because you know they're not. You're just being like, oh. And if they see the bottom card, you're not worried about it, because the first thing you're doing is going into a swivel with a double retention. And what that means is you're just swiveling through and you're just maintaining the 2 bottom cards. Now, for the last packet, you do want to put it on the bottom. There is a different method that I figured out how to do it, where you put it to the middle. That one didn't work as clean as this. So just swivel over 1, swivel over 2, and then just grab those 2 bottom cards and then just finish up by pushing everything to the bottom. Then you're going to roll it over into your double retention. Absolutely love this move. Put it onto the deck. They're seeing the bottom card. They already saw the bottom card if you show the deck. Now you don't show them this card again. Now you just have the ace sitting there. Beautiful. Then you go to do a cut. That's it. And what that's going to do is that's going to take this card that's here, and that's going to put it towards the middle, because technically it's closer to the bottom back where you put it. Now if you were to, depending on how you did your swivel cuts, you could already load it to the middle and everything would be fine. I just preferred sliding it back to the bottom so I didn't lose it accidentally. But now I've got it in the middle, which is great, because then you just fan over, and now you just put those to the bottom. You're good. Done deal. That's your indicator card. You count 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, this is a different thing that I kind of had a couple of ideas on, because I wasn't sure how I wanted to do it. This is basically just your load right here. This is your stack, and that's by counting down, I've reversed the order. Didn't have to do that, but I felt like counting made more sense than blocking off and just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then pulling. And I didn't like that, so I counted them out, and then that is going to load up that red 7 on top there, because that's going to be your 2 red 7s. Now it made perfect sense to reverse count 1, 2, 3, 4, pinky break, or just break under there, 5, then you say, oh wait a second, there was 6, but we just put 1 over there. So that's going to be our 6th card here. Now you've just loaded the 3 cards just like that. And this is a really subtle thing that I love. This is kind of like your shaking turnover, which is nice, but I like the idea of some friction here on your arm, because your hand is going to provide natural cover for that as you do it. Now you could do it up here. I just prefer the cover, because they're not going to see it. And what I love about it is that if I'm using the 6 of spades, then the 7 of spades, I just turned it up. And they might not even notice that. Like, you got the 6 of spades here. Let's give it a little bit of rub here, some friction, and we might actually be able to get a 7 out of that. Very nice. Now you're down there, and now you got the 7, and now they're like, but it wasn't ace. Now we're going, what are we doing? And I say, there's 2 of them, and if you do that correctly, and sometimes I don't always do it correctly, but you're basically just doing the break and pulling it out, and if you can land this in front of it and then kind of slide it out, it's going to give them this after image effect, which is going to be beautiful. Now I like to set it there like that. Now there's a couple of different ways you can do it. The way I prefer to do it is down with the flick. Boom. And they kind of just play off from each other, and they create a little clicking noise. Now all of my 7s are exposed. Now here here's where things get a little bit wonky, and this is where I always take in a little bit of, just let me know. If you think that I can do this better, let me know, because this is the part that I'm kind of not 100% on, and here it is. So you have your 6 on top, as well as your load for all 4 aces. Boom. You're ready to go. Now you've also got your 4 10s on the bottom. Ingenious. You're ready to go. In order for that to have played out the way that it needed to play out, this kind of just works out a little bit better for you. So what I end up doing is I say, okay, we're going to need to shuffle, but before you shuffle, you're going to have to get a pinky break on the bottom 4 cards. Now this is the part that really gets me, because I'm not 100% on that pinky break. Practice, practice, practice. But if you can get a pinky break under the bottom 4 cards, and in the performance I just fanned them out and grabbed them, but that, I'm saying, hey, look at this here, boom. Now I've got my pinky break. That's where I'd ideally like to be, and that's why I keep practicing it. Just transfer it to a thumb break. Then you're going to peel off the top card. Now this is where the wonkiness in the performance got, and that's how I knew I kind of messed up. Because we're good there. I can just load that on the bottom, because there's not going to be a problem with that card going to the top. But now I'm just talking. I'm saying, okay, but you guys were more interested in the aces, I believe, right? Now I've got that on the bottom. I just need to put my finger in there and then complete the shuffle while I'm talking and load my 10s on the top. I've got my aces on the bottom. That's fine. I want to retain that break at the back, because this is when I can take my rubber band off. And I just say, okay, so whatever the pattern was for that whole mess up, like if I hadn't messed up, it would be just fine either way. You can just say, well, maybe I messed up, but you know what? I prefer the 7s. That's fine. But if you guys want the aces, if you truly want the aces, then I guess we can just see if we can find them for you here. But you know what? I don't even care, so just take a look here. Looks like some cards have popped out of the deck, and that would be 1, 2, 3, and I like to do like a one-handed fan type idea and to show all 4 aces down like that. Ideally, excuse me. Ideally, doing it that way has really presented a beautiful fan there. All 4 aces at once. Now, I love, this is just how it's supposed to look. You've got a little bit of a break here, a little bit of a cut, because that's your bottom and that's your top. So you pull one out like that, and that's going to be your bottom, and then that's going to go on top. And then you kind of just pretend like you're done. But you say, you know what? This is my favorite, and this is what everybody else loves. But let's see if we can find something just for you. Earlier on, you actually kind of synchronized. Yeah, you synchronized with a card. Remember what card that was? The 10 of diamonds, you say. Well, let's see if we can find it here. Go ahead and pick whatever, and you can have them do whatever they want. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Got one left here. Good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And they count them all out, and they're just doing this trick. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And you say, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is truly impressive, what you've done here today. Not only did you synchronize or create a bond with the 10 of diamonds, go ahead and pick one of these cards. Now, the chances of them actually getting the 10 of diamonds, wow, you could create a magical moment here, and you can say, okay, we're going to go with this one. Wow, they're like, it's the 10 of clubs. We were so close. Go ahead and pick another one. Oh, the 10 of hearts. Wait a minute. What else is down there? The 10 of diamonds and the 10 of... You got all 4 10s? Oh, my... Wow! And you could totally just blow their mind with that last bit of giving them control of the cards. And I believe that's absolutely amazing, because you've already got these out. And there's no way that you could have had all of them. Love it. So anyway, that's my production trick. Hope you like it. And to reset, again, your 6 was right here under your primary pack. So all you need to do to reset it is you can load your 10s on the bottom, load your 6 like that, put your ace of spades down, 2 red 7s, 3 aces, 2 black 7s, boom, on top, and you're done, ready to go. Load it again. Oh, amazing. So you can have that prepared, you can have that prepped, or you could have packets ready and just kind of load those packets in. I think you'd get away with it. I think you'd be good. So we talked about a lot today. I'm not even sure how long this video was. It was kind of longer than I anticipated, but I did want to give you guys something. So we did some card magic. I did the SpongeBob magic earlier, with the live, and then we did some coin magic. Not so good coin magic. Not as good as I would have liked to do. But yeah, fantastic. So here we go. That's it. That's all we got for you today. Check out Doug Kahn's Magic Camp and check out Andrew Captain Artist Playing Cards, a Museum in Your Pocket over on Kickstarter. We've got 2 days to go. I know we can do it. Thank you guys, and remember, always remember, stay positive, stay active, and stay awesome. And we'll see you in the next one.